The jerkbait is one of my favorite ways to catch fish. It is just super effective at getting fish to bite. Hey fishermen, this is the Goal Fishing Channel. My name is Jake and Goal stands for Get Out and Live. Today I am at Bartlett Lake here in Arizona and I am super excited to talk about the jerkbait with you today. But first, let's get on the water. First off, let's start with setup. What an ideal setup for a jerkbait is. So I'm a firm believer in doing the best with what you have until you have the best. I'm sure you can make any rod and reel setup work. If you're trying to optimize and have the perfect setup, 6'8" to 6'10", medium action rod with braid to fluoro, and you'll be able to work that jerkbait incredibly. You'll actually see that I got jerkbaits tied up on bait casters as well, so don't think that you can't throw them on a bait caster. I just prefer the spinning rod versus a bait caster, but I catch them on the bait caster all the time too. These fish are feeding. That fish blowing up everywhere. Oh, I think we had some swirling on us right there. Checking it out. Oh, yeah, there we go. There we go. Cool. Whoo, yeah. All right, first one of the day. I'm seeing a bunch of these little guys busting up on shad. So I went with one that's gonna be close to the surface. Now, I have 3 setups today. I have one this one only goes 3 feet deep, so this is more of a surface bait. I've got another one that's like 5 to 7, and then I've got another one that's like 9 to 12. We're probably getting more like the 9. So we've got something to cover each water column for when the fish are feeding in those different columns. So this guy was up top feeding on the shad. Managed to get him hooked. Thanks for biting, buddy. So what I'm using for the surface is the Rapala Ripstop 09. If you've been watching me for a while, you know that I love this bait. It is an incredible bait. The action on it is phenomenal. It's a suspended bait, and that tail on the back end, what it does when you stop the bait, it makes it stop pretty quickly. It has a little shift, and then it kind of levels out the bait, and that, I don't know, just that correction of the bait after you stop working it and let it pause. Oh man, it's like the secret formula for getting those fish to hit. I swear, I love the Rapala Ripstop 09. By far my favorite jerk bait, especially when it comes to that top column of the water. Awesome bait. Okay, now oh, there's one. all right, we'll take him. One of the downsides of the jerkbait is that it's probably the easiest thing to get hooked with. I've been hooked by the jerkbait more than any other bait. Oh man, those guys are just, there's a good school of shad right there. I can see them scattering on top. I'm gonna go chase those guys for a minute. So that's pretty cool. There's, oh man, look at them. There's a boil on the water over there. We gotta get in that. Hurry up, let's go. Land it right on them right there. Oh my gosh. These guys are just destroying those shad. Come on, fish, where'd you go? We get over here and they disappear. Crap. Dang it. We get over here and the fish disappear. They were just destroying. Oh, right there. Still on? Yeah, he's on. We just let it sit there and he came and blew up on it because they're dialed in on these shad. I see him running around all over too. It's not a bad fish right here. Oh, he got sideswiped. That's why he felt bigger. Perfect jerkbait scenario when you got these fish blowing up on the surface. They're dialed in on those shad, and oh, we just had one pop it right. Oh, he lost it too. So we don't even have to work this thing. Oh, we just had another bump right there. They're just dialed in on these shad. We got a pretty good school here. Just watched him. That was a decent fish. Oh, he just had it right there in our face. We just had 3 of them try. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. Come here. That was the coolest thing. 3 of them right there in our face trying to get it. There's a bunch of them blowing up over here. This is fun. This is really fun. Okay, I see a bunch of them. Honestly, right here, it don't matter how you work it. These fish are just dialed in. They're gonna nail it. There we go. Oh no! Man, why are we losing so many? I'm seeing the shad around too, and they're about the same size as our jerkbait, which is awesome. Super fun to see them destroy a school of shad like that. There we go. There we go. Oh no, I think he broke us off. He did. Dang it. There's a $12 bait gone. Ah! Dang it. All right, we're just gonna go straight to our other bait while these guys are feeding. We're not gonna bother switching over or retying yet. These fish are just way too active to do that. They'll dial in on this one too. There he is. There he is. Dang it, another dink. We had a really nice one break us off, and then we're back to dinks. We hooked him in the head. See, easiest way to get hooked right there. I hope we can get some bigger ones. I've seen lots of bigger ones chasing them, and we hooked a couple of them and they got off, so we'll get them. There's one. Another dink. On the pause. So when these guys have been picking them up. Come on, buddy, chill. Easiest way to get hooked. All right, well, jerkbait's producing for these little guys. Where are the big ones? There's one. Feels like a little better one. A little better. All right. That's another thing right there that's nice about the jerkbait. It hooks fish, even if they miss it. I foul hook more fish with a jerkbait than any others, just because they have those hooks in them. They have so many hooks in them that even if they bite it and miss, and it snags them somewhere. So the first reason I like braid to fluoro is how you're able to work the bait. The action is just so much better because there's no line stretch. When you're fishing the jerkbait, you want the sporadic action. You want that bait to be able to swim all different directions. And that's what gets those fish fired up and just makes them have to hit it. So when you're jerking it and giving it slack. So you're hitting and letting that, giving slack in the line so that bait has enough line to turn those different directions. Braid is perfect for that, because when you jerk it, it's moving right away. There's no stretch in the line. Second reason is the hook set. Oh my goodness, you don't even have to do a hook set, because the way that you're working that bait, oftentimes when you go to work the bait, you're setting the hook in their mouth when they have it. Because you have that braid, it sets it real quick and it's really easy to pull in those fish. Third reason I really like the braid is because you can see your line, and when the bite is slow and you're slowing down your presentation, you can pay attention to your line when you're on those pauses and wait for the fish to take off with it, and it makes it really easy to detect that slow bite to be able to set the hook and pull them in. I love it. Okay guys, it's on again. We got us a boil again. We're right in the middle of it. Seriously? We didn't get anything in that cast? We got fish blowing up on shad all over. We got a nice easy target for him. Here's a shad running right here. Scattered. There he is. Oh. He just got me a little bit. I'm seeing better ones blow up. They're in here, but I'll keep catching those guys. It's only a matter of time before the good one hits. This seems to be the area where these guys just start to destroy them. So these guys are probably a nice good school, and they know how to push them up to the surface together. There we go. Feels a little better. Maybe. Yeah, see? I knew they were in here. Another decent one right there. He's a 1.5 pounds. This is so much fun to get onto these busting shad. Perfect scenario. Perfect scenario to just kill them. Alrighty, bud, thanks for biting. There, oh, we missed him, dang it. Oh, he missed it. Keeps blowing up at it right here in our faces, but he missed it. Maybe he'll take it again, I don't know. He tried at it like 3 times and missed it. There he is, little man. The last one that tried was a lot bigger than that. Dang it. Lots of these. Oh. There's another one. Man, that lizard just picked them right up. Cool. He's not a bad one. All right, cool. Oh, that's a shadow rat. Shadow rat picked him up right away. I thought I was throwing the Yozuri. I grabbed the wrong rod, but I'm glad I did because I got me a nice fish. Nice for here anyway. I've only caught a couple of 3-pounders out of Bartlet, but there's a lot of around 1-pounders. It really makes for a fun day. You know, when I was a kid, I didn't know how to work a jerkbait. I thought they were just cast and retrieve types of baits, and I actually didn't learn how to fish the jerkbait until after I fished a fluke. I remember watching TV and seeing these pros using the flukes, and so I got the flukes and I started using them, and I'm like, man, these are awesome. They swim all these different directions, and yeah, no doubt, that's what these were made for. Magic really happened when I got to fish a jerkbait the real way by jerking it. Hey, it's called a jerkbait for a reason. You're supposed to jerk it. As soon as I did that, you know, those trebles really help you connect with those fish a lot more than the fluke does. Fluke is awesome, especially for weeded conditions, but when there's no weeds around and you can just fish, jerkbait's the way to go. Not really all that much better. Oh my gosh. I swear that's like the 10th time I've almost been hooked today. Oh, Bartlett bass. These guys will keep hitting all day long. I think I'm at like 15 or so right now. Let's check. 16. Yes, the good ones are going back there again. We need to hurry get this guy off. We got better fish feeding back behind us. Bye, bud. Thanks for biting. There he is. Just gotta chase the balls of shad and you'll catch them. This is a quality fish for us today. Incredible how small a fish will bite a 3-inch jerkbait. Yeah, nice cute little pounder. So for my mid-column bait today, I chose the Yozuri SP. It's in shag color, really solid bait. Like it has kind of like a transparent color to it. A lot of flash, good action, all around solid bait. The jerkbait I chose for the deeper column was the Rapala Shadow Wrap Deep 11. It's a slow sinking bait, and it's got a pretty big bill on the front, which is why I threw it on a bigger rod with a little bit heavier line. It still gets down there pretty good. I knew I probably wasn't going to be fishing anything over 20 feet deep today. This is like the big brother of the Ripstop 09. It's one of my favorites. I catch a ton of fish on all kinds of colors of these. So the Shadow Wrap and the Ripstop, probably my 2 favorite jerkbaits of all time. Man, all we had to do was slow it down and the bite got super consistent. That's a little bit better. Okay guys, so a couple of ways I really like to fish the jerkbait, and there are so many cadences that you can choose. And so one of them that I do quite often when the fishing is really good, the fish are turned on and they want like a reaction bite, I'm just gonna slam this thing. I'm just jerking that thing really heavy, picking up my slack, and I'm just slamming it. I fish this a lot. and it picks me up a lot of fish. Now, if the fish aren't liking that, I'm gonna do something similar. I'm still gonna pop it pretty hard, pretty aggressive, but I'm gonna let it sit a lot more. And you're always popping and letting your rod tip go back so that it makes the lure swim back and forth. Okay, so that's one way. Of course, the wind is going to come right when I'm trying to explain something. I'll try and talk extra loud. Okay, another way I really like to do it, and when the bite is really slow, and even when it's quick too, if you want to keep it in a certain area longer where you know the fish are hanging out, you just give it a couple little taps and you're just making that thing just barely twitch. And sometimes that's just irresistible for those fish. But it also allows you to stay in the area that you want longer. Just twitch, little twitches. I mean, we're not doing big jerks, big aggressive jerks at all. It's just little nice twitches. And it just makes that thing shake just right. Makes it turn side to side just a little bit. Kind of like a dying minnow. And you really want to try and change it up throughout the day. I tend to get stuck on one like cadence or rhythm or one type, and I've switched it up quite a bit today intentionally, and it's been good that I've switched it up. I've caught fish on all the cadences I've used, but after I use the same one for a really long time, they stop hitting it. So I think we're matching the hatch pretty dang good. So today we have been catching a ton of dinks, but I swear the jerkbait does catch nice fish too. One of the most memorable trips I have fishing the jerkbait was actually at the river, and I just kept pulling in fish after fish, and some of them were really nice too. You can check that video out right here, and as always guys, remember to get out and live. Peace. Total for today, 23 dinks. They're not all dinks. We caught a couple nice ones, but yeah, that's what we got, 23.